Hello viewers, today we will continue on group data. We are still on statistics, but today our focus will be on how to calculate mean deviation. Now we move down to the question quickly. The table below shows the ages in weeks of 100 chickens in Mr. Sanusi Kamara's poultry farm. Now these are the ages in week. So the group is chicken from 10 to 14, we have 4 of them. 15 to 19, we have 14 of them. 20 to 24, we have 30 of them. 25 to 29 of them, we have 29, we have 35 of them. 30 to 34, we have 10 of them. And chickens from 35 weeks to 39 weeks, we have 7 of them. Now here, we need to create a table, because we have two tables. So in order to calculate for mean deviation, we need the ages, we need the frequency, we need the midpoint, that is the average of this, and we need the f of x, that is the product of f times x, and we need this one is the absolute value, that is x minus the mean, and we also need the frequency times the mean deviation times this bar. Okay, so now we move on. So from 10 to 14, we have 4 of them. 15 to this, we have 14 of them. 24 to 20 to 24, we have 30 of them. 25 to 29, we have 35 of them. 30 to 34, we have 10 of them. And 35 to 39, we have 7 of them. So we move down to this point. This is called midpoint. That is when you add these two, 14 plus 10, that is the lower class plus the upper class, divided by 2. You have to add these two, that's 15 plus 19 divided by 2, you have 17. 20 plus 24 divided by 2, we have 22. And 25 plus 29 divided by 2, we have 27 of them. And 30 plus 34 divided by 2, we have 32. And 35 to 39, you add them, divide by 2, you have 37. Now, so we move down to fx. Fx is the product of this column called f and this midpoint column called the x. So 4 times this will give us that. 14 times this, you can use your calculator. 14 times 17 will give you 238. 30 times 22 will give you 660, and 35 times 27 will give you 945, and 10 times 32 will give you 320, and 7 times 37 will give us 259. Now we need to use our calculator as well to be able to know the sum of f of x. Now when we add everything, you will have 2470 as our summation of f of x. Now we know very well that in order to calculate for the mean deviation, we need few things. And what exactly is it? We need the mean. So first we need to know what the mean is, and the mean is the summation of f of x all over the summation of f, and then whatever we have as our solution, we shall now say md, that is mean deviation, is equal to the summation of f into x minus x bar. This bar means the mean. This is why we have to calculate for the mean in order to proceed all over the summation of f. So first we need the mean in order to be able to fill the next two columns. So first we need this. And what is the summation of f of x? The summation of f of x is 2470. So we write x is equal to, that's the x bar, is equal to f of x, that is 2470 divided by f of summation of f, that is 100. And if you divide this, you don't even need a calculator, you just push this forward and you have this is equal to 24.7, and this is the mean age of the chickens, the average age of chickens in this. So we proceed and we know that x, this x bar means the mean, so it means x minus the mean. And what do you have as x here? We have 12. So 12 minus 24.7 will give you a negative number. But I want to tell you that this absolute symbol, these two bars means the absolute value, and absolute value of a negative number is positive. And to make it simple and clear, the absolute value of any number, being it negative or positive, will be positive. So meaning the absolute value is here to get rid of the negative sign of negative numbers. So we do that, and we have 12.7. You can use your calculator. 12 minus 24.7 will give you 12.7. And this one, the same thing, we have 7 point. All these numbers should have been negative, but because of the absolute value, the absolute symbol, it will get rid of the negative signs. And this one will give us 2.7, and that is 22 minus 24.7. That's what gives us this, because remember, that's the formula, x minus x bar. And we move on. This one will also give us 2.3, and the next one will give us 7.3. The last one but not the least will give us 12.3, and that is it. Yeah, you will realize that from this part, all these x values are less than the mean, so therefore they should have been negative, but because of the absolute value, the absolute symbol, everything will now be positive. The negative sign will disappear. Now we look at this. This one means f times this column. And what is f? F is the frequency. So when you have 4 times 12.7 will give us 50.8. And the same thing, 14 times 7 will give you 107.8. And 30 times 2.7 will give you 81. Now 35 times 2.3 will give you 80.5. And 10 times 7.3, you know, you just move the point, but you can use your calculator, and that will give you 73. And our last but not the least, 7 times 12.3 will give us 86.1. Now we need the summation of this, because as you can see on the formula, that the mean deviation is equal to the summation of f into x minus x bar. So these ones are the absolute value, or the absolute symbol, so divided by the frequency. And in the event you do that, you will now have, if you sum this, you now have 479.2. that is, if you add this column, you have 479.2. now remember, the formula is this, so we now substitute. We have md is equal to, what is this? This is 479.2 should be divided by, what is the sum of the frequency? That's 100. Hey, this one I don't need a calculator. I know this is divided by 100. I'll move the point twice, or if you want, you can still use your calculator, because I know some students, they trust their calculators more than anything. So guys, this is it, and this is the answer to this problem. If you like this video, you can subscribe and hit the subscription button, and also hit the bell, so that anytime we upload questions on the link, you will always have a notice. Thank you for your time.